Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Welcome back to my shack here in Northwest Oregon. This is Ham Radio Live, show number 102. I'd like to invite you to please hit the subscribe button. The subscribe button helps people find us here on YouTube. It's a great way for people who'd like to learn about ham radio and maybe join us in our hobby to be able to find the channel. We'll hopefully help teach them enough, at least give them a boost to help them be able to get licensed and get on the air. Welcome to the show. Today's 22nd of December, 2020. My goodness, 3 days till Christmas. I know that right now there's a lot of folks watching that would be watching this where it's on the 23rd. And, well, hey, 2 days till Christmas for you guys. Thumbs up already. My goodness gracious, that's a fantastic thing. And I thank you very much. Today's show is going to be an interesting one. I can promise you're not going to find this on YouTube anywhere, okay? If you love ham radio and you'd love to dress your shack up, I'm going to tell you my honest opinion and be totally upfront with you. I love Heil equipment. I really do. I think Heil makes some fantastic stuff. I think their Pro headsets are great. I think that their condenser mics and dynamics are great. I do. Nothing wrong with them. But if you want the best for your shack, if you want something really good, tried and true, broadcast quality, meaning they're used in radio and television stations all over the world, there are three choices: Electro-Voice, Electro-Voice, and Electro-Voice. That's the honest truth. Now, I said in one show recently, I've really been wanting an EV27. That's the one that I used to use in FM radio at, I think, 4 stations I worked at. So it was a really popular microphone. We're going to compare all three now because I was blessed to pick up an RE27. That's the mic I've been kind of pining over for a while. Finally was able to receive it. So we have all three of the Electro-Voice radio/television, so broadcasting quality microphones here that we're just going to run flat for you. We'll run then some compression, a little bit of exciter, and let you hear what they sound like when they get a little bit of power to them. However, I want to make clear something. In a previous show where I showed you 6 studio quality mics, I talked about this Heil product, which is a great product. Sorry for the mic bump there, the gain there. This Heil connecting cable is fantastic, and you don't need a preamp to use it. You simply hook it up to your microphone, hook the other end up into your radio, use the switch that's provided, and then what you have is you have a headphone jack here, which really just plugs in to the radio as well. So it's all powered, don't need a preamp. My mistake on that. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I'll own that mistake. You can plug and use any microphone you want into any rig you want, and you'll notice the change like that. It is just staggering the difference it makes. So that's with the Heil connecting cable system. You can get that, and I'm trying to think of the name of it. I bought this used, so I'm trying to find the name, the product number of it here. If I can see it onto the cable, I'll share it with you. Let's see, it says this is the Heil, and this is way too small for these eyes to read. But call your local ham radio dealer and just ask them about the XLR to rig connecting cable. They're going to ask what rig you have based on the mic input, and they'll sell you the right connecting cable for it. Pretty cool. This is the RE20. This is the middle of the 2 Electro-Voice radio mics. Now, it has a filter setting you can use on it, which is really a low-pass filter. Let me click it to that so you can hear the difference. This is it. I've been listening to it here in the A position, and I'll flip it over to B. This is the B position. Gets a little deeper, right? Gets a little more deeper on the 20. The RE20 has always been known as the deepest quality mic, meaning the lowest frequency, power heavy mic that Electro-Voice makes. It's very popular with voiceover artists and people who do a ton of radio commercials and, who are on the air. So this is in the B position. Here it is clicked over to the A position. See if you can tell the difference. This is the RE20. We'll move over next to this microphone here. I'm going to pull back the gain because this is a little hungry one. This thing just really uses power. We'll go ahead and do that. But before we do it, I'm going to add the exciter, which is going to brighten things up. You're going to hear it get a little more bright. Now this is the RE20 with some exciter added. This is just mic exciter. It will sound pretty similar to the way we ran flat on your rig. Keep that in mind. The exciter is not going to be there. However, compression is on your rig, so you can add compression. And now all of a sudden you've got that deeper, kind of that voice that comes in and it has just a little bit of depth to it, right? You don't hear all the stuff in the background. It's tighter. It's just a tighter sound. So that's with compression. We'll take off the exciter and we'll move to the 320. This is the mid-level one, about 450 is what it'll set you back. This is the RE20, sorry, the RE320 entry-level mic. I love this microphone. It is my favorite microphone. However, I've been waiting for the 27 for a long time, and we're going to find out how it sounds in just a moment. So here's the RE20. Again, nothing wrong with Heil. Nothing wrong with Heil. But these are the gold standard. These are the creme de la creme if you want the very best. Let's go to the 320. I always have a hard time finding that spot. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. But anyway, this is the RE320. It's the Electro-Voice entry-level mic. It really balances out the depth of the 20 and more of the high and mid frequencies of the 27. The 27 overall is a very, very full mic. You'll find that in a second, just how you're going to hear the difference. I mean, you'll just hear it. And Travis, you're so funny, man. No, you do have a good radio voice. I bet you do. I bet you have a great radio voice. Don't even think about that. In fact, if you knew what I really sounded like without a microphone, you'd be surprised. Okay? It's funny. Okay, so this is the EV320. It's the entry level. You can buy these used about $150. New, they're like about $300. I think it's the best EV microphone I've used for the money. It's just a great microphone. It really is. This also has a low pass filter switch on it. Let me get that switch. They also call it a kick drum switch. Let me get that switched over. So this is in the A position, and here's the EV320 in the B. So B position of the RE320, A position RE320. Here it gets a little deeper in the B. Again, here's the B position coming up. B position in the RE320. Here I just got lower, got bass here. Okay, so we'll do the same thing. We'll add a little exciter, which is going to add some brightness to it. Now we've got a little more brightness to the signal, and we add a little compression. Compression comes in, and then you kind of have that radio voice like you're used to hearing on your radio, right? So RE320, again, 150 used, probably pick it up for about $300 new, 250 to 300 right there. The one I've been waiting for a long time is this one. This right here has been my search microphone for so long. Gunter's here. Hey, buddy. Good evening. Good morning to you. How are you today, buddy? Good to see you in Germany. My goodness. I was worried cutting the show so late. I'd been putting up an antenna all day long in the backyard, and it still isn't up, but that's another story. So we'll get to the RE320 here, and now we'll do the RE27. The RE27 is unique in that it has 3 filter settings, okay? The 27 has 3, and it helps to tailor the mic to your voice based on the filters. It has a high, a mid, and a low cut frequency filter on it. Pretty cool. Let's move over to the 27. I'm looking forward to hearing what it sounds like as well, because this is the first time I've used it here. Here we go. This coming up is the Electro-Voice RE27. Almost afraid to say anything because I waited a long time to turn this microphone on and listen to it. This is the RE27. This is the one they use in a ton of radio stations you listen to. Hear the difference? Big, right? Big difference here. It's running flat, so none of the filters are on it right now. There's no equalizer, there's no exciter, and there's no compression. It's simply running flat. So this is what you'd expect to hear out of an RE27. RE27 is the gold standard for Electro-Voice mics. It's found in more radio and television stations than any other microphone out there. It is absolutely top quality microphone. It's a dynamic mic, has a thing called a variable D in it. Okay, what it is it's a condenser-like performance, studio condenser-like performance, the way to describe it. It has humbucking coils guards inside it to protect it from hum, so you're not going to get that nasty feedback hum out of it. And it has inside wind and blast filters, so your P's aren't so poppy and your T's aren't so tutty. See, it's not so bad there. They're extremely crisp and have very detailed vocalization, right? Also, the semblance on this microphone, very good. That's the S's. So the semblance on this mic is very well known. Now, we'll flip the switches here and let you hear the different settings, okay? And there are 3 of them. So you can adjust them, what is that, 9 different combinations? I think it's a lot of different combinations. So here it is in the B position for the high cut, and this is the B position. Okay, sorry, A, B. Hold on, they're very small. This is B. So this is the low end. Here the low end. This is B, low end. Here it is back on A. That's A. Okay. Now the middle setting on the RE27 is here. This is the B position for the mid range, and then you have the A position again on mid. On the high end, this is the A position. This is the B position. Okay. Hear how we got that high end out of there. In fact, you got kind of bassy. In fact, I might have them backwards. I think that's the low cut. So low cut, mid, high. So we'll run them all in the B to let you hear what they sound like in the B position. So all 3 in the B position sounds pretty bassy. You hear the low frequencies in it now? This is the RE27. I like this microphone a ton. I like it better in the A position all the way up because to me, for my voice at least, it sounds better. So this is the A position. Now add the exciter to it and see how it gets a little bit more depth to it. Starts to get really some depth into that signal. You hear more of that mid-range come in. Now we'll add the processing. Here's the compression, and it really takes care of itself. Here's the RE27 with everything. So this is compression, here's exciter, here's the mic preamp, no equalization, just those 3 items, okay? So again, RE27, top level of the Electro-Voice microphones. Imagine how it sounds on your radio. This is what it's going to sound like on your radio. Exactly what it sounds like. There's not a big difference between what you're hearing here in my voice from what you hear on this microphone, except this. Now again, this is a more close resemblance in terms of its tonality, in my opinion, to the 320. Here's the 27, so the RE27, and here's the 320. Take a listen. All right, so here's the RE20. This is the RE320. See, it's not quite as bold. It's not quite as much out there. You hear more of, I guess, the full large volume voice out of the 27 than you do the 320. Hear the difference? Here's the RE320, which is the entry-level EV mic. When we switch back over to the 27, remember what you're hearing in my voice right now. This is the RE320. And here's the RE27. This is why this microphone costs about 2 times the price of that one. The RE27, brand new, is about $600. Okay? Used, you can get them about $300 to $400. Just make sure that they're in good condition, come from a non-smoking environment, and be sure that it looks clean. Okay, the 27 comes polished aluminum. Okay, you can kind of see the difference in the way the three of them look. Here's the entry level in black, this is the 20, and here's the 27. So that's what they look like. All three are different, where the 27 has more of a polished aluminum look to it. I think I like this the best. I don't know what your choice would be for you. If you have a voice that really excels with low frequencies, this mic will do well for you. So will the 20. The 20 will really excel for you on low frequencies. If you have a higher voice like I do, the 320 or the 27 both have excellent quality for people who have higher voices. So you tenors, people that are a little higher, okay, versus you baritones and basses, you're going to like the RE27 or RE320, okay? And it is awesome sound. I waited 3 years to get this microphone. I really did. I just finally found one at a reasonable price. Doesn't mean they're not out there. They are out there. But here's the neat thing. And again, I want to apologize for the mistake that I made earlier. If you buy the Heil connecting kit, just call your local ham radio store about it. If you're in the UK or in Europe, of course, Walters and Stanton, you can Martin Lynch, okay, they carry them. It's the Heil connecting kit. All you do is you simply tell them what radio you have, so it plugs right into your radio, and then your microphone plugs in through the quarter-inch jack. You just plug it in through your quarter-inch jack, and really away you go. I mean, it's that simple. You listen in, and that first time you hook it up, you'll be going, wow. Seriously, it is a very different feeling. And then you're going to be racing to change your mic settings, because you're going to need to change your mic settings on your radio, especially your gain and EQ if you're running a high-end mic. But you know, we did the Studio 57 and the Beta 57 and then the 55s, and those have more of a kind of a more basic sound. Okay, these three are really your high-end studio radio mics. This is what it is. So yeah, and Gunter here says, I used a $9.99 Walmart microphone. Sound like a $700 mic. That's great, man. That's really good. Says he plugs into an 8-band EQ by Union Radio 6 Quebec Whiskey. Good for you, man. That's good. See, if I add the EQ into this, I don't put much EQ on my rig. I just don't. You hear it now, it's a little more full, but it's not really out there. Just be careful. Remember, our frequencies that we use are sideband, 2.7 to 4 typically, okay? Use 3 as a good guidepost. If you use 3 as a really good guideline for your microphone, you want to make sure not to run heavy bass. It's going to kill you. People won't understand you. So don't run heavy bass on it. Instead, run it with good mid-range and good mid-range. Highs, you can run little highs. If you want to have a little bit of bass, you can. But keep in mind, if you're looking for that radio voice, the microphone will take care of that for you. Run it flat. The microphone will do a lot for you. This mic, that mic, this mic will do so much for you just running flat. They're that good. Thank you so much. Gunter, thank you as well. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have the DX Commander antenna up, the classic. It's pretty much built, but I like to make sure my antennas are going to stay up for a while. And Callum builds an antenna to be great for de-expedition work and stuff. I want it to be up for a long time. So I'm making some changes to it just to make sure it stands up for a few years and stays reliable. So it takes a while to get that built. I don't move fast, but it'll get done. So tomorrow we'll have that antenna up, hopefully, and we'll do a show. We'll do some general and technician questions, and then a special Christmas show on Christmas Day. That's Friday. It'll be called the Christmas QSO Party. We're going to have a ball. We hope you can join us, because we know a lot of hams that have missed their spouses for a long time. Nobody should be ever alone on Christmas. So we're going to try and get an hour in just to kind of keep people company. Okay? see your questions. Anybody else there? Nope, we're good. All right, well, guys, thanks for watching. It's an honor and privilege to do it. This just was really about higher-end mics. Again, I don't want to talk about Heil too much because I honestly don't think Heil can compete with Electro-Voice. They just don't. And that's not saying Heil's a bad product. I use the parametric receive audio system. I love it. It's fantastic. But Heil mics don't compare to these mics. They just don't. Sorry. I'll argue that till the day I die because I've used both and I know. So anyway, Gunter, thinking about running your first live stream on Christmas Eve. That would be cool. Let me know when you do that. Let me know the channel. Love it. He's got the DX Commander Classic 75 to 10. Good. That's good. Fantastic. I think it's what I was blown away with excuse me, about that antenna was the build quality, especially in the plates, the ground plate and the driven plate. Man, even the lug holes are threaded. It's fantastic. I mean, he's really built nice stuff. 14 gauge wire he uses for antennas and ground radials. Just really built well. So I really highly recommend his product. I've built one, but I just want to get a few little finishing touches on mine before I get it up and running. We'll do that tomorrow. Until then, God bless you guys. Have a nice evening. Looking forward to catching up with you tomorrow. We do show 103, do some general and tech questions, and we'll be taking your questions. And I thank you for your kindness as always. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon. It'll let you know when we do go live. You can take part in the show and ask questions if you'd like. We'd love to have you take part in the show. But most importantly, please subscribe because that helps us be found on YouTube. Until then, God bless you. Have a nice evening. And thank you so much. It does mean the world to me that you watch the channel. Good night, everybody.